everybody, and welcome back to Saxlingham. So, whilst we wait for the dealership to give us a call to let us know whether the baler is ready, we are going to wash off the John Deere telehandler. It's the last thing we need to wash, and it's been rather annoying seeing that it's needed doing. So this shouldn't take us too long to get this all clean, and then I think that is everything done. Can't forget to do the pallet tines as well, because they'll take a bit of washing. They don't seem to be cleaning. There we go, that's got them cleaning. And yeah, we'll get this done, and if the dealership hasn't called us, we'll have a bob down to our grass field and have a look at what state that's in, because I would like to look at the possibility of doing some silage at some point, because then we can prepare for getting some beef cows. Alright, let's just pull this back into the shed, and we will jump into the, well, I can't really say John Deere, but is it the 75, what is this, 7530? We'll jump into this and we'll sort of preempt the phone call from the dealership, make our way down to our grass field. So we just need to make a left here, make sure there's no traffic coming, and this field on the right is ours, which this is where the previous owner had his cattle in, so I think we will do the same. And then if we just come down here into this grass field, I don't think there's any point going in, but we'll keep it, we'll just hop over the gate, always hop over on the hinges. And yes, I think we could possibly get away with giving this a cut, and the baler that shouldn't be far away, if we then use that to bale it, we could make a bit of a silage sausage in here. And then one, it gives us something else to sell when the price is right, but two, if we do get cows in the near future, we then have a food source to give them straight away. Oh, hold on, what's that? That's my phone going, it's the dealership calling. Hello?
Car, it's Andy from the dealership. Hope you're well. Your baler is ready for you to collect.
Ah, brilliant, thank you. I'll be up as quick as I can. Whilst I've got you, do you mind if you could let people know about us doing contracting, please?
No problem at all.
Amazing, thank you. We'll see you shortly. Right, we better make our way up to this dealership, and we can grab this baler, and then we can look to bale our own fields. And we'll turn right here, and there it is, it's all out ready and waiting. So I presume we can just put this on and go. I would imagine. They didn't say anything about having to see anyone to do it, so if we reverse on, put that on. Right, we better put the beacons on now for driving back, and we will see you when we get into our field, because it's the most important thing is getting our baling done first, and then we can look to see whether to help sort of anyone else. So I haven't actually used this side track here, which if we pull in, I'm hoping this will just take us to the corner. Yes, so that cuts off having to go back via the yard. But right now, we're going to have a sit down. Well, we're already sat, but we're going to have a look at all our settings and make sure we get everything set up properly. So we are now set onto the biggest bales, so we can turn it on, drop it down, and let's get going. And we'll try get this baled all in one time lapse for you all. So, during that time lapse, we have had a phone call from Walter. He has asked us, well, to be fair, he was not annoyed to say the least, but he went to the dealership trying to get a hold of a baler, and we've taken the last one. So he's now asked us whether we can very kindly go over and bale his field. So the weather is looking like it's going to hold, so we should be able to get all of our field baled and done, and then make our way over to Walter and do his. So that couldn't have worked out sort of any better for us, and that's the dealership. They're very much working with us. It's nice to see them supporting small sort of local businesses. Although I am new to the area, as you would have noticed with the first episode, I called it Saxlington instead of Saxlingham. But yeah, so we're going to quickly get this done and I'll bring you back shortly. That's a nice looking field. All these bales now done. And there'll be some money in there for us, considering... Ooh, we went a bit off course there. Considering we go to Walter and do this contract, it will pay for the leasing of the baler. So theoretically, that has cost us absolutely nothing. Well, I know we'll probably get a bit sick of baling in this video, but we are going to head straight up to Walter's, and then we can look to get that done. But if we just unload the baler here first for the last bale of ours, and then we may even be able to, if there's any straw left in the baler from when we finish Walter's, we may be able to bring that back to us as well. So I think his field that he wants us to do is, if we follow this this track up to the gate here, if we get onto the road and go left, I think it's at the top, field 50 I think is where we're heading to. Let's just open that. We can hop back in, and yes, a left here, and then I think it's a right up at the top. Scratch that, I think it's this field on the left. So if we pull forward, we can now go here, and then it's into this gate hole. Let's turn right, and to be fair, it's not too big a field. So let's just turn this on, drop it down, and we will quickly try and get this field done and dusted, and then we can send our invoice off to Walter. The final straight, and then our Walter should be a very happy man, especially because he's got 3, 6, 7 bales and a part 1 in here, which I'm not going to take it away with me. I think we will empty it into the field. They are his, and he's paid us obviously to do a job. So once this last bit is done, we will go send invoice off, and from what I've been told, everyone in the area are very quick payers of their bills. So if we go on to the app, complete 5,988. So thank you very much. that obviously has paid for the leasing fee on this for us, so what we now need to do is, let's just be careful as we go to pull out on here. We want to make sure that we're not going to crash into anyone. We now want to make sure that we can try get some mowers from the dealership, so we may just nip online once we get back to the farm, nip online, have a look to see if they've got anything either used or new that will be worth getting for us, just for the little bit of grass work that we'll be doing to get started. I do love where we have bought our farmyard here, and it'll be nice in time if we can expand and buy the whole lot. It's just such a lovely picturesque sort of place. But right, this is where we want to turn in, because although the baler is leased, we still need to keep an eye on it and make sure it's looked after. So we'll just hop through into this shed, which we can just do a quick little spin round and reverse it back. We may need it again this episode, we may not. It all depends on how we get on with the grass work. So let's reverse this in to there. Right, and now let's get online. So they have the Mazaz set. So what we'll do is we will buy the front mower, and then we will go and have a look at the rear mower. But with the rear mower, we are going to finance that on 6 months of £2,000, which will make that just a bit cheaper for us. So we're now going to make our way down to the shop and go gather these up. Hopefully they should be ready. One of the benefits now of having these mowers is we can now look to doing mowing contracts, which will be very, very handy, just sort of broadening the horizon of everything we can do. We will have to look at getting a bale trailer at some point, but let's get that front mower on there, and we'll now look to get the back mower on. We will have to look at getting a bale trailer, whether we lease or finance one, because obviously we've got the telehandler to do what we need, to lift the bales up, so we just need something to be able to take them off the field. It's that, or we wait, just use the telehandler to move them off the field, just out the way, in preparation for drilling. Right, let's make our way to our little paddock. Oh, better concentrate on where I'm going. We'll make our way over to our little paddock. We'll go and get that cut, and then we may just think about whether we do the bigger one or not. But I like the thought of leaving that grass there, so that when we do get cattle, there is already some nice grass for them. We haven't gone and cut it. If you look just there on the right, that's the big boys are out in force. Look at the size of that Bailey trailer they've got on there. I would love a setup like that. And if you drive a bit further down here, you'll be able to see that they prefer to run John Deere combines. So that'll be the 15.2 metre header they'll have on there. That's a serious bit of kit. But when you've got fields the size of theirs, you do need stuff like that. But right, let's stop gawking at them, and we will get on and get what we need to get done today. So this is our field on the left. So if we just jump out, we can open the gate. We may even, to be fair, if we leave the gate open, it's not going to make too much of a difference. Like I said, there's no animals in here, so we don't need to. Try not to smash my gate post. I'm glad we didn't need to go with anything bigger. I know that. But right, let's start to look to get everything unfolded, and we can get cutting. We'll just get ourselves in a good start position, let's say, about here. So we'll unfold that and unfold the front, and if we front mower down, and the back mower should be going down any second. There we go. Make sure they're both on and we're away. Grass we had here, so this makes complete sense whilst we're cutting to get this cut as well, and once we get it windrowed we can bale this, so there should be a fair amount of silage to be made now. And like I say, we'll keep a few bales for ourselves, but then we will also get rid of some. So this is the final little pass here, and we can now turn them all off and lift them up. And in doing so, we can start to fold, and we'll get these put into the shed. So we are going to have a look at what windrowers are available to us, and we're going to have a look trailer wise, because I know we've got that little Life of Williams trailer there, but for the amount of bales that we're going to be producing and moving around, we certainly don't want to be using that for on bale duty, I know that for sure. Right, let's drop that off, and now if we pull forward and reverse back in like so, we can then drop the front mower off. And I think for a day's work, because we're still in the same day as yesterday, that can be us leaving everything for the night and we can move on. So we'll turn that off, and for security reasons, let's close this gate and close this one. We can now go jumping back into our pickup. Let's just get the engine turned on, and we'll drive this way around, because there'll still be the I think the combine. We haven't closed that side of the shed up, so let's go around here and have a look. Oh, that is closed. Brilliant. Well, we will head off back to our house so that we can go and rest for the night, and we can then start to think about windrowers and wrappers. There should be an X-Track. Is it X-Track, I think it's called, which will wrap 180 bales. It just means that we need to take them to the wrapper with our telehandler, which that shouldn't be too much of a big job. Then we can tow it around with the tractor. So yes, it's two vehicles going, and we will have to walk from one place to the other. Right, no cars that way, no cars this way, and we can just pull into here now, like so. Turn her off, and we will now go and rest. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed the video, and we will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.